Secure all cargo!
Well, I woke up this morning to the news that Disney is closing Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America to put the new Cars rides in Magic Kingdom. My first reaction was completely pissed off. I'm a Disneyland local, and my favorite ride is the Mark Twain riverboat on the Rivers of America at Disneyland. If you watch any of my videos when I visit the parks, that's my one must-do. But as I think of this more, and I look at the concept art, I think there's a silver lining to this, and I think there's some things that we're missing. Here's the thing. So they released this concept art. If you look here, there's Big Thunder Mountain. This whole middle section, this is Rivers of America. They're completely turning it into the Cars area, which is, it is pretty crazy. You can see Frontierland buildings right there. So I don't have a big affinity for the Lily Bell in the Magic Kingdom and all that. I didn't grow up with that, but the Disneyland one I did. If I ever heard of them completely removing the Rivers of America, I would be picketing over there, you know? I'd be really pissed off about it. But it's not Tom Sawyer Island that I'm opposed of them closing. I'm all for them changing it to Cars. I'm okay with that. It's the Rivers of America and the views you get of the river, of the park, the natural beauty that's going to mess it up. And that's my first reaction is, how could they get rid of that river? It's so beautiful. It adds so much to the ambiance and nature. They're getting rid of all the natural stuff. I don't like that. But here's the thing. Let's take a deeper look at the concept art and see if there is beauty of nature and water here that you can still see from like Frontierland when you're there. So here's the ride. So here first one section here is a ice mountain section. I think that'll look beautiful. Lots of trees, which I love. There is some waterfalls over here, so that'll be really nice. And I think this looks like water too. So there's a lagoon, a little creek over here. I want to see a lot of that. If I see water, and I'm hoping this concept art and this idea evolves over time, and they add more water to it from what I see here. So if we look around, this is the dock. This was where you would enter to go onto the Lily Bell. And then you see this whole walkway. And to the right here, this is where Haunted Mansion and stuff would be. But I'll tell you what, the Cars ride sounds and looks amazing. Even though I'm a huge Rivers of America guy and all that, and I do visit it every time. I didn't visit Tom Sawyer Island every time, but I would go on the Mark Twain and the Lily Bell every trip. So I see a lot of trees, which I love. I'm just hoping a lot of water elements. That's all I really need. Like, is this water right here in the middle? And I'm going to put this up on a podcast too, so you might not visualize to see what I'm seeing. I'm going to try to describe it as best I can. But on YouTube, I'll be posting the video so you can see it. It'll be 2 rides here. I'm going to be going through all the announcements, except the parks like Paris and all that. Just the stuff that I care for, which is most of the stuff they announced at D23. So one of the rides is here in Cars. It's going to be just like Radiator Springs Racers, but, and more amazingly, it'll be like Grizzly Peak themed. It'll be nature themed. It won't be Radiator Springs Racers. It'll be natural wonders, frontier, like mountain, like ice, the whole thing themed. Like Grizzly Peak in California Adventure, which is the most beautiful part of California Adventure and a part of it that I visit every time I go to Disneyland. Cars Land isn't the attraction that draws me in. it's Grizzly Peak. And if you're local and you go all the time, that's where you like to hang out. The nature, the beauty of nature, water, trees, all that stuff. That's the beauty of it. So the other thing, the other ride, there's two rides. So there's that one, and then there's this. It's a copy of Mater's Jamboree, where the cars just go in circles and stuff. So, I mean, it looks beautiful. I love all the greenery. I hope there is a lot of trees, which according to this concept art there is. And I'm happy to see some water here, and I'm hoping I see a lot more water, because I want the frontier land. When you look into the land from the outside and you're walking around, I need to see a lot of water. That's the only really hesitation I have, is Rivers of America going and not having any water in its place. I don't like that. If you look at like Epcot, I did a mock here. Look at Epcot World Showcase. If you take the middle lagoon, the World Showcase lagoon, and you plop a huge ride area there instead, it'll completely ruin it, you know? This to a lesser extent, because it's a corner of Magic Kingdom, but it's a big part of Magic Kingdom. And the thing is also, there's quaint areas that theme parks need. This is the most beautiful, quaint part of the park, and they're getting rid of it. So I'm hoping, I'm of two minds. I love the classics, and I love, you know, Rivers of America and all that. Especially Disneyland, it's like untouchable. When they announced they were gonna shorten it for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I was really pissed off. But when the art came out of what they're gonna do, they added waterfalls and things. It still looked beautiful, and it just got a little shorter. I was okay with it. So I'm hoping this is going to evolve, and maybe we're not seeing as much water features as there will be. We're just missing it in the concept art. I'm hoping we'll get a lot of beauty to it. And now that Bob Iger's back and has given the Imagineers power, I think Imagineers are smart enough to know about this stuff, you know? So I think at the end of the day, it will turn out beautiful, and we'll see more water than what we think we see here. That's what I think. Here's a concept art of the ride. This is the big ride, the main ride. It looks really fun. I gotta say, Radiator Springs Racers is going to fare. It's not going to look as good as what they're going to build here. Radiator Springs Racers in the Wilderness. That is going to be stunning. And again, they're splashing through water here. There's that mountain that I showed you with the snow. And you see you coming down the mountain. There's waterfalls there, a lot of trees. There's some trees with snow on it, a snowy region. I think that is really exciting. And you know what? Now that I think of it, before they were going to build like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff in Magic Kingdom, this whole Frontierland was going to be a huge dark ride that you go through the frontier. And I'm trying to think if I remember reading if Rivers America were going to still be in the original plan. I think they were. But, you know, maybe there's some ideas they took from that original concept and put it in here now that I look at it and seeing frontier, snow. I mean, I love this concept art. Here's another one where at the end you see Mater and what was his name? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the main card's name. Anyways, they're there at the end. He raced, and it's a woody feel to it. I love that. I love that. Here's another part of the big ride. See, it's like off-roading. There's waterfalls, trees. I think that's stunning. I really do. I think that is stunning. But again, I hope outside looking in, it'll look beautiful and you'll see a lot of water features. That's all I really want. I'll be okay with this change, even though it's really tough to get rid of the Lily Bell and all that. At least it's not the Disneyland one. That's the real classic. But still, for people who grew up with Magic Kingdom, oh, this must be hard. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be beautiful. Next up, this was one of the most exciting things that were revealed at D23. Walt Disney, A Magical Life. So first audio animatronic, and they said it's going to be the most lifelike human animatronic they've ever done. Which I remember reading, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, the animatronics used to be more human looking, more natural looking, but there were so many little parts to the animatronic that kept breaking that they dumbed it down. That's what I read. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but so with today's technology and all that, and that's what Josh D'Amaro was mentioning, is they finally reached to a point where they can do this justice. They're going to build Walt's office in the this is at Disneyland, in the Opera House where Mr. Lincoln is. It'll rotate between this and the Mr. Lincoln show, and it'll be, and they say it specifically, it brings together the past, present, and the future of Disney storytelling. This really sets the mood for Disneyland. When I go to Disneyland and I enter, I always first go to the Disneyana shop with all the art, the classic art. The soundtrack playing in there is classic Disney, and then you enter through there into the Opera House. You see the miniature of the Capitol building and all, and it just completely, the classic Disneyland mood just sets in. I do that every time, and it's an amazing way to start a Disneyland trip. And I can't wait for this. I mean, I wonder. I have a feeling they're going to use clips of his audio and do AI audio. And they're saying they're going to do it really tastefully and all that. I hope they do, which I don't have a reason to believe they won't. They're going to treat this with the utmost respect. So this will be really exciting to be in Walt's office. And then, of course, Mr. Lincoln will still be there playing as well. I think from what I remember him saying on stage, Josh D'Amaro, they're going to start with just showing the Walt, and then after the initial introduction, then they'll start rotating it with the Abraham Lincoln Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Okay, next up, Villains Land. This is probably the biggest one for most people. I think it looks stunning. This is very exciting to me. It was specifically mentioned that construction has already started on this. There's going to be 2 major attractions, dining and shopping, an incredibly twisted grand scale, but there's no timeline for this, though. This is probably going to be one of the latest from now things that they're going to build, and the biggest. And you know what? When I looked at this first, obviously this is a response to Epic Universe. And by the way, the fact that Epic Universe is a thing right now, I don't think any of these projects will be budget cut, because the competition of Epic Universe is forcing Disney to go all out on this stuff. And that's what's really exciting about it. I think they're going to flex. It's just like Galaxy's Edge. I think Galaxy's Edge had some minimal cuts here and there, but for the most part, when you walk in there, it's huge. And that ride, Rise of the Resistance, is one of the most technically advanced. So, and that was a response to Harry Potter, The Wizarding World. So it's a big deal here. But look, so for the first glance when I saw this, I said, wow, look at all the water out in front in the pond. I was like, that's really cool. But then I realized it's not. This goes down. And I think this is giving a glimpse into a roller coaster supposedly in a cave or underneath. And there's waterfalls around it. That's a roller coaster. I'm not a big roller coaster guy, but I can appreciate the beauty and how people will love this. So that's definitely a roller coaster there with waterfalls around it, inside jagged rocks. And then if you look here, this looks like a coaster to me too on the left side, top left. This might be connected with that. It is a coaster. You see there's a cart right there actually. And that might be, it's outside above the land and goes underneath and down here. I don't think it'll be 2 coasters. They're not going to do 2 attractions of coasters, I don't think. The other thing is this. When I see this Maleficent dragon, either this is a scene part of the coaster, or my first reaction to this was thinking of Phantasmic. But they're not going to have 2 Phantasmics, and I don't think they'll move it to Villains Land. I think if this is a show, it'll be an amazing dark show with villains. And this is probably a stadium, maybe even an outdoor stadium. If not, this is part of the ride. And then if we scroll to the right, see a lot of people hanging out, walking around. They'll be shopping and dining, like I said. I'm seeing a lot of buildings, castles in the distance. It looks amazing. This is like almost a response to Transylvania or the Dark Universe at Epic Universe. I love the lighting, the mood. The mood of this graphic is spectacular. Look at all these castle-like, almost gothic-like buildings. Just the mood they're going and they're setting with this is going to be so cool to hang out here. The light, the lamp right there. So who knows what the other ride is going to be. It must be a dark ride. There must be a dark ride in here, which is my favorite types of rides. The dark rides like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion. Maybe this building is shopping, dining. It's going to be spectacular. This looks amazing and I cannot wait for it. All right, Avatar. This is huge for us at Disneyland. California Adventure. There's only a few reasons I visit California Adventure. It's like I said, Grizzly Peak, which is beautiful. The Cars Land ride and food. Those are the three reasons, the only three reasons I go to the California Adventure. Just for a couple hours every time I go. But Avatar for California Adventure. Here is the graphic of it. And first of all, my first thought is, are we getting a Satuli Canteen West Coast? That's probably, I want to say probably the best quick service. I think it is in Disney World. I think it might be the best quick service. Avatar, Pandora, that land is still the most beautiful recent land they've made in Disney World, over Galaxy's Edge, over all the other stuff. And yeah, this, I think there's going to be Satuli Canteen over here. They said this land is based on Way of Water, the second Avatar movie, and the upcoming films, an adventure of a lifetime in search of majestic natural wonders that can only be found in Pandora. The ride takes guests all the way to the wide open seas of Pandora, a dynamic, intense, emotional experience on a grand scale. This is going to be huge. Look at all these beautiful walkways, trees, waterfalls, the complete opposite of what they're doing with that Cars area right in the middle, taking Rivers of America away. Hopefully it's not the complete opposite. Hopefully they will have a lot of water features there. But the other thing I'm excited about this is Disneyland and California Adventure, especially Disneyland, most of the time it's open till midnight. California Adventure, 10 p.m. So there's going to be ample amount of nighttime here. So you're going to actually see Avatar throughout most of the year at nighttime when this opens. That's the one qualm I have about Disney World's Animal Kingdom. It closes at 6 usually, before it gets dark outside. So Pandora's beautiful nighttime, and it's the most spectacular night, is rarely seen. But look at this, walkways across waterfalls. Look at, oh my God, this is going to be stunning. Look at that, that's beautiful. What is the time limit of this? I mean, the timeline, it's probably going to be a long time before we see this. I don't think they gave a actual time frame on it. But within the next 3-4 years, I'm going to assume. This was the concept art they had before released. Stunning from the ground view. Beautiful. The ride. So here's one that you see a creature jumping up into there and into the water. That's the thrilling piece. This, the boat ride in Animal Kingdom, the Pandora boat ride, is beautiful inside. And this looks like it's even on a grander scale. You see the huge waterfalls in the background. I doubt it'll all be practical, but it looks like there's going to be a lot of practical effects here, but with a background of screens, which I'm okay with to extend the scenery. The Na'vi right there, probably an animatronic. Beautiful, Beautiful. I can't wait for this one. Here's another scene that they released. Look at that. The creature behind you there. This is going to be amazing. This ride is going to be spectacular. All right, next up, they announced this Avengers Infinity Defense. So again, see this stuff. First of all, Avengers Campus sucks. Right now, I've rarely visited it, but now I do visit it for that humongous taco that they brought. It's a taco salad. It's humongous. It's really good. But that's it. I usually don't, especially before they just released this new food. I didn't even visit. I went there a couple times and there was nothing there for me. So Avengers Infinity Defense California Adventure. Construction starts next year, 2025. So they finally are going to have a ride here. By the way, you see this ride here? That's their second ride. There's going to be 2 rides. Stark's Flight Lab, which I think is pretty lame. And I'll tell you why. Hold on, let's look at this concept art. I think this was released before. The main ride is going to be like Spider-Man and Islands of Adventure, which is one of the best rides. Or like Transformers, same ride system. The new Peter Pan ride in Shanghai Disney. Oh, not Shanghai, Tokyo Disney. You'll go through different eras or different timelines of the MCU. Here's one with the Hulk. You see the cars, the car that you're in. It's just like that Transformers vehicle. See Black Panther there in one of these scenes. Destruction. You have Thanos, which I think is the best villain of the whole MCU. Still the most exciting to me. Beautiful picture of there. He's destructing the timeline probably. Stark Flight Lab, which I think is really dumb. I think it'll be dumb fun. You know what this will do? This will make the line a little shorter at other places, and I'm okay with that. But I'm probably not going to be going on this. It's just the Kuka arm. Look at this. Here's Bob Iger and Dr. Doom, Robert Downey Jr. testing. So it's whatever. It needs to have some theming and stuff. I mean, this doesn't excite me at all. Next up, the new mission in Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I'm so happy that this is getting Smuggler's Run is getting a new adventure. I stopped going to it. The most beautiful thing is walking through the actual ship in line. But the ride itself sucks because you're only going to like steal some batteries. What is that? They originally were going to have multiple storylines, multiple things you'll do, so they're going to add this now. I'm so happy. I first of all, so they're getting rid of the timeline, which I was always hoping for because I wanted to celebrate all of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, not just this new timeline that they created with barely any of the characters that we love. So I'm hoping it looks like it's a step towards doing even more new missions, maybe having Luke and Leia and Han over there, but this is huge. I'm so happy about it, but this is going to come out in 2026, Disney World and Disneyland, when the new movie Mandalorian and Grogu comes out. So it's a ways off. 4 new Disney Cruise Line ships announced. I'm very happy about it. I went on 1 cruise so far, and I have another one booked. The food sucked. You can see my review. It was on the Disney Dream, but I'm giving it another chance. Everything else was spectacular. They announced that Hercules is going to be coming to the new Disney Destiny ship, a new Hercules show. Oh, this. So this is the Moana show that they're going to have. This looks spectacular. This is going to be, let me see. The Tale of Moana. Look at that. It'll be a 15-foot tall Teika puppet. And you can see water projections on the floor. Moana. This is going to be stunning. This is part of the Disney Treasure that's debuting this December. I think the Disney Treasure is going to be the best ship so far. This, the Coco restaurant, the Haunted Mansion, bar, the rooms are beautiful. The second show that they're going to have here is the Beauty and the Beast show, which I saw in the Disney Dream, was just spectacular. I think that'll be amazing. Next up, Monsters Inc. Land coming to Hollywood Studios. That's cool, but I see a slide here for kids, monster themed slide, walking through the streets. I think this will be funny. This will be a funny land. Meeting Mike and Sully there, walking like through streets here, and the actual Monsters Inc. building there. This will be in the animation courtyard. It's not taking over Muppets, so that's good. They're taking over animation courtyard, which is useless right now. Here's another concept art. We got some specialty ice cream going on here, which is exciting. Sully. You got merchandise, a backpack. You can have a baby, a baby monster you can purchase probably. That'll be fun. This is so cool. This actually, just this concept art reminds me of the new Zootopia land they made in where's it, Shanghai Disneyland, I think. But yeah, it'll be cool to hang out here. The ride. So here's the thing. I'm not a coaster guy. So this is a suspended coaster, first one in the Disney park. Construction starts 2025 on this whole land. Going through the different doors. Here's the thing. If the theming is basically this coaster and just like these door stuff going on, I'm not happy about it. I'm probably not going to ride it. Maybe once and that's it. But here's the model of it. And even in the model, there's the building. Even in the model, you can see that's the coaster. Now, is there really going to be like barely any theming in here? Or is it just going to be like a bunch of doors, you know? So I'm all about dark rides and theming. So this doesn't interest me, but it is a thing. The lounges. We got 2 new lounges coming to Disney World. This one is a Spaceship Earth lounge. Looks pretty beautiful, and it reminds me of California Grill on the top of the Contemporary. And beautiful views of the park. World Showcase with the fireworks there. And the pyramid there with the monorail. This will be a very cool hangout spot, I think. Very nice addition. And then the Pirates themed tavern. That looks so cool. This is gonna be, to me, it looks like Trader Sam's, but Pirates themed. And themed to the nines. In Magic Kingdom. They got tables here and bar seating from this picture. And they got a lot of stuff going on in here. Specialty drinks. I'm sure special cups. I'm big on them having more Pirates themed stuff. They have so much Haunted Mansion. There's a Haunted Mansion bar on one of the ships now, the cruises. So much Haunted Mansion merchandise. But I feel like Pirates of the Caribbean is being gypped. It should have the same or even more merchandise and really cool stuff of Pirates. So this looks amazing and I can't wait. This is both 2025. Tiana's Bayou Adventure announced opening date at Disneyland November 15, 2024. And the big thing here is they're now calling it Bayou Country. And Critter Country is now going to be called Bayou Country. I'm excited because I'm a big Princess and the Frog fan. Although I will miss the music of Splash Mountain, Zippity Doo Dah. But I am excited for this. November 15, 2024. They're also going to have the Hungry Bear Barbecue Restaurant is going to be opening soon. And they revealed some new foods of it with like barbecue sandwiches, pulled pork and all that, which I'm not that excited about, really, to be honest. I'm hoping there's more to it than just barbecue sandwiches. There's like just barbecue sandwiches and corn on the cob type stuff. I want some more unique stuff, but I'm happy that it's the Hungry Bear barbecue. Not Hungry Bear barbecue. What is it called? The Country Bears. The Country Bears, right? It's themed to the Country Bears, so that's really cool. And then Ray's Barrettes and Louis Critter Club are going to be two other stores that they're going to be having there. And the thing is, that can open at any moment, possibly earlier than November 15th, 2024 is what they said. So that's exciting. Disneyland's 70th. They didn't really say much, but they said new fireworks and parades and all that stuff is coming. And this is next year, 2025. This will be really fun. Probably starts in the summer, but that's all they said about that. Okay, Encanto and Indiana Jones. This is the, it's 11 acres at Animal Kingdom that they're creating. It's a large hacienda, they're saying. And there'll be one of the biggest quick service restaurants in all of Disney World, which is right there. A large fountain at the center where villagers gather to tell stories. There's going to be a giant carousel and the two attractions. And the two attractions are, let's scroll here, which I was really happy to find out. It's Indiana Jones, but a new story. So it'll be like the Disneyland Indiana Jones, but a whole new story. Same type of ride. And I'm so happy it's not a copycat of it. And Indiana Jones is one of my favorite things. Hopefully a lot more merchandise and stuff of Indiana Jones. I'm really excited about that. The other thing is this Encanto ride. Here's the thing about this Encanto ride. And what's really exciting about it to me. The ride system will be like Mystic Manor, which is one of the greatest rides in the worldwide Disney parks. And look at this huge show building behind it. It's going to be stunning. It'll be, they said it's Antonio has just received a special gift, the ability to communicate with animals. His room is transformed into a rainforest. That sounds stunning. Which will be the ending of the ride. You bump into different family members and explore the house throughout. This will all open 2027. The construction begins this fall. Yeah, I mean, you enter here. There's going to be shops and dining left and right. So this definitely goes with the theming of Animal Kingdom. I mean, it just looks like a lived-in village. It'll be great to explore the new place here. Here's the house you're going to be going up to, the Encanto house, and they have the candle in the middle. This is the concept art of the land. Look at that. It's going to look so stunning. And I love the music of Encanto, and I love the movie. Here's a picture of the ride. So the ride system, it's not a coaster. It looks like it a little bit, but no, this is going to be like Mystic Manor. And this is going to be so much fun. Here's the Indiana Jones concept art with the temple there. I think they said it's an Aztec temple with a mysterious creature that he wants to go find inside and explore. Look at that. Oh man, Indiana Jones. Stunning. This is going to be great. I'm curious to see a ground up built Indiana Jones with today's technology, the ride, and how it'll be. Next up, Zootopia Better Zoogether, the new 3D show inside Animal Kingdom Tree of Life. That looks like a lot of fun. Zootopia is hilarious. I'm all in for that. Oh, this was one of my dream announcements. A new nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom. Starts in 2025. I'm so happy to see Peter Pan front and center in the concept art. I love Frozen too. I'm happy Frozen is there. I used to hate it when it first came out. I was sick of the song, but it grew on me and then I fell in love with it. Got the Blue Fairy there. They said it's latest technology, new stories and characters you love, brought to life by the magic of the Blue Fairy. Peter Pan, Encanto, Frozen, and more in the vein of Main Street Electrical Parade. You can see with the type of like little dots. I think even more so with Paint the Night Parade, which is people's favorites. That's like a newer version of Main Street Electrical Parade. I think this will take a cue of that. Here's another look at one of the floats of Encanto with the candle, the music, and you can see Main Street is going to be all projected out. It looks like with these lights. That'll be spectacular. This is one of my favorite announcements. Coco Ride at California Adventure. Listen, California Adventure. I think personally California Adventure and Hollywood Studios are the two lowest theme park rankings for me. California Adventure, after all this stuff, the Avatar Land, this Coco Ride, is going to be one of the best. Look at this beautiful Coco Ride. And I have a feeling this is coming to Epcot in the Mexico Pavilion. It looks like it, just from this concept art. They said it's filled with the characters and music you know and love from the movie. Join Miguel on a trip to the land of the dead, drawing inspiration from Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. The two greatest dark rides ever. Animatronics, full of animatronics, work starts in 2026 on this ride. So they'll just start making it in 2026. Probably 2027, 2028 this will be. But look at the details on this. The whole village. It'll be so fun. A boat ride. A boat ride is my favorite type of ride. There's Miguel, the music, the fireworks, probably screens that extend the background of this dancing. I mean, this is going to be so cool. So cool. Oh, here, look at this. This is, so the Polynesian Island Tower. They didn't announce this, make any announcements of this, but this was there. Concept art of the restaurant inside the Polynesian Island Tower. You can see they got big windows there. You're looking out to the Grand Floridian and the beach. They got the tables here. There's a fish theme over here, so island, water, fish theme. Probably have some fish dishes. This is the outside of that restaurant, the patio area. I think it looks beautiful. I'm so happy. This reminds me of Aulani Restaurant a little bit, actually, if you've ever been. And the Moana splash pad they're making there too. Looks great. Looks great. So let me see. I think that was all the announcements that I care for. Test track opening next year, 2025. It'll have a indoor that looks like a nighttime outdoor forest that you zoom through, which will be stunning. This was a really, really amazing. It felt like 3 hours watching this showcase. So I am excited about all this stuff. Again, the replacement of Rivers of America is going to be tough for a lot of people, understandably so. But I have faith that they're going to make it look beautiful, and there's going to be a lot of water features around to make it beautiful, because it's a big deal. It is a big deal. Just going through these pictures again. Lots of announcements. And in the meantime, what's really exciting, if you're not just a person who only does Disney, Epic Universe opening next year, summer, is going to be spectacular. Getting that and all this stuff, and it makes the wait for all this stuff easier, you know? Wow, beautiful. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm hoping they do right by all these stuff that's building, and I have faith they will. I have faith they will. So anyways, thank you for joining me. Leave comments. What do you guys think about these announcements? I know the controversial thing is that Rivers of America, so let me know how you feel, and don't hold back. Don't let anybody tell you to hold back. If you feel you're pissed off about it, be pissed off about it. You have the right to be. If you're happy about it, be happy about it. You have the right to be. But don't tell anybody else what to think or feel, because this stuff, I don't want to hear people, not that I don't want to hear, I don't like people telling people how to feel and discounting their feelings about stuff, right? I could be happy about something that's coming new, and you can be you can be devastated about something leaving. Both of us have the right of that, you know? Anyways, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.